Okay. Okay, up. See, here's all my stuff. I'm getting things that you guys are. I'm getting bombarded with emails. Okay, my friends, we are back for the second part, which is calendar, which is probably the other feature that you're going to use probably the most. Anyone want to tell me what the easiest way to get to the calendar feature is? Yes, good job. Use the calendar here. So when you go to your calendar, oops, now my phone is going off saying my alarm is off. You will see that you should have an appointment in there because when I sent you an appointment in the calendar. And I did my emails through the calendar to you guys. So if you look in here, you will see that I made it as a Google Apps training, okay? I put information. I also added, and if you look back in your calendar, you will see the link right here is the link to my website that has the training information I told you about, and we'll have the videos as soon as I can embed them for you. So it's right, and I'll send you an email.
I missed where you clicked on to go to.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
It's okay, we will go back. So if you go up here, you go to calendar. All of you should have this thing here that says Google Apps training. Because I sent everything to you as a, yes.
Kim and I share a calendar.
You will still be able to, no, you will still be able to share calendars.
But is,
I might have gone in, it might have come into your calendar, but it would not come into Kim's calendar unless she was invited into it too.
Oh, cool.
Okay. So it might go into anything that I like add people to invite to an event will go into their calendar. It wouldn't go into a shared calendar. Like if I had, this is what first comes up, okay, is when you log in, you should see something and it'll say like my calendars and it'll probably have one that has your name by it. Like Alyssa M, or if you already share a calendar with somebody, that's where you would see whatever the next calendar underneath. So if you and Kim share a calendar, it would say that there. Most of the time, though, you won't see that because you're not really sharing other people's calendars yet. We haven't gotten that far yet in Google Calendar. But that's what we're going to move towards because with Outlook going away, this is probably how we're going to do all of our calendars.
So would it be like me and Lisa sharing?
You would be, yep, you and Lisa can have a calendar, you and Juan can have a calendar, you and the whole JRW could have a calendar. We could have, okay? I know, isn't that scary? We could have a calendar that is, we can make up a calendar if we wanted for JRW that was just for the conference room, to book the conference rooms. Okay, so there's ways to do resource calendars. Yeah, so instead of us using the paper calendar, we could use that.
And then everybody would be
Right, and then everybody would be able to see when the conference rooms were booked. Okay, if you guys wanted to, we could do a resource calendar that's just for the computer labs or the carts or stuff like that for some of my media secretaries. So you can make calendars for everything, and you can control who sees the calendars and who shares the calendars. So first, we're just going to go through the basics, and then we'll learn how to make a calendar and all of that. So if you just want to do a quick ad, and you want to go in here and say you wanted to make it, you know, at this time, you could click in the little box, and you can create an event, okay? Thursday between 6 a.m. and 7, I want to say, you know, testing out calendar, okay? I can choose which calendar I want it to go in. if I only have one calendar, it's going to default to that one calendar. But if I have more than one calendar, in the calendar option here, I could choose. So do I want it to go into my personal calendar, my work calendar, or I have a PD opportunity calendar that's shared with everybody? Okay? So no. And I could just say create event like that, and it's created, and we're good.
Who sees that? Just you?
Just me right now, because it's in my calendar. Or whoever I've shared that calendar with can see it, depending on who I've shared it with, yes.
Could you have everything in one calendar? Like, do you have to have different calendars, or can you just have, like, all
You
the stuff at
can,
work?
well, it depends.
Because I was playing with this a minute, and you can click on all of them at the same time, so then you, on your own calendar, like I created an after-school club
Right.
calendar for my teachers, and I share that with them.
Yeah,
And I can click
You
on
can
all of
see
them, you can
this.
see them all. at
yeah,
once.
you can see them at one time,
Oh, that's.
but you don't
that's-
always, you don't always want to have like one calendar for everything. You can see it at one time. Like if I, let me show you something. Let me make something and put it in one of my other calendars so you get an idea. So if I wanted to make an event like this, okay? Let me go, I'll go back. I just clicked on it. I just clicked on a spot, okay? And I'm gonna say test 2, and I'm gonna put that in my work calendar, okay? And then I see create an event. It's still showing up. You see it's still showing up as in here, in like all my, in my calendars. When I'm looking at the my calendar view, it's showing up as, it's showing up in my calendar. I'm seeing it here on the like default view that I see. But really, it's only in the work calendar. So if I had shared that with anybody else, it's only in that, it would only show up in the work calendar. Yeah,
Get a personal.
Yes.
Show the person.
yes,
Does that color?
yes. So like you can switch the colors of your calendars. So you can have different colors for different calendars. And so the green means it's in my work calendar.
So
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yes, no,
You're actually working on one calendar, but you put
Yes.
it in.
yes, you can put it in multiple calendars.
But you do it on just the one.
You can, because yes, it defaults to a thing and you can then choose which one you want it to go.
And then you add it to.
Yes.
your- Okay.
Okay? But you need to have more than one calendar for that to happen.
Right.
Originally, it would just go to the one calendar, but if you make multiple calendars, you can then have it go, you could choose where you want it to go. And yes,
As far as deleting something, how do you go about?
okay, very simply, if you wanted to, okay? If I wanted to take it out of this, I can just go click on it and I can hit delete, okay? If I want to click on this, okay, I can click on edit event. I could go right up here to delete too, where I can put more information in, or I could just delete it like that. Okay, so there's numerous ways that you can delete things. Yes, event deleted, you can see where it says there, you could go undo and then it would show back up again. You want a lot, don't you? I don't know. I don't know. I think it'll only undo the previous. I haven't played, I can look and find out if there's a way. But, so let's first start out. I'm gonna make an event, I'm gonna show you how to do it. So there's 2 ways you can do that. Click on the box, make it, quick events. You just putting in the little bit of details and that's it. You can add a gazillion events. You could have, yes, yes. But if I wanted to create, you can go quick add, or you can create. If you go to create here, this will give you the ability to put a lot more information into your event, okay? You can put specific times, so I could say, I don't know, testing out Google Calendar. Okay, can you see it? Do you need me to make it a little bigger? Let's see if I can make the view. Okay. Okay, yay. Okay, so then I can make my date, I don't know, I'm gonna make it the 9th. Okay, if I click in here, it pulls up little calendar 2 for you. I'm gonna make it the 9th from 11 to 12, or I can make it from, I could make it, you know, 11 to 11:05. I don't know. Okay, I can switch the time zone too. Okay, use separate start and end time zones if you want it, which works for me, which is very good for me because I work with a lot of people a lot of times that are on different time zones, especially when I'm doing things like I do a radio podcast with a person that is in the mountain time zone. So we can like switch it so it'll tell us each time zone. But most of the time you guys don't need that. But you can do separate time zones if you wanted to. You can make it an all-day event if you wanted it to be. Or you could repeat the event. So if this is an event that, I don't know, every Tuesday, this class comes into the library and you wanted to use it, you know, after school, every Tuesday, this class comes in, you could do it repeat daily, weekly, every week, Monday to Friday, every Monday, Wednesday, every Tuesday, Thursday, every monthly, every yearly. You can even repeat on, I want it on weekly on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I just want it weekly on Tuesdays. I want it on weekly on Tuesday, I don't know. You can, okay? You can start on a specific date. You can end it never or end it after 35 occurrences. I could end it on a specific date if I wanted, okay? You could, okay? And then I'm, you know, end it never, end it whatever. I'm gonna delete it out after, so it doesn't matter to me. And then I'm gonna hit done. So I know that this is weekly until May 14th, 2015, okay? I can enter a location. So if I wanted to say it's in JRW, it pulls up locations too for you because it imports Google Maps for you too. So if you wanted to, which is nice, okay, it automatically imports Google Maps. So if I wanted to say, I don't know, Parsippany Hills High School, okay, it puts it in there so that when I'm looking or I'm sending this event to somebody, it'll tell the address right in there. And then when you can click on it, which is nice if you're sending it to somebody who's like wants to use directions on their phone and doesn't know how to get there, they can just click right in and it will take you to the directions. And so it automatically pulls that in. Yeah, it makes it very nice. And then I can choose what calendar I want. I can put it in, you know, do I want it in this one calendar or which calendar I want? And this is where I put a description. So, and I could put any like links to any website. So that's where I wrote for you in the description, like, remember you got something that said this confirmation that you have been accepted to the class. That's where I put that in that description in there, okay? I can put in links to websites. I can be like as descriptive as I want or as undescriptive as I want in it. Okay, testing out Google Calendar. If I wanted to add an attachment because I knew, and this is where for like people who do agendas, like Trish, you do an agenda for when we're doing the academic council and you're always sending addendas, you could put your attachment right in here into the link, okay? From your Google, it takes any Google document and we'll put it as an attachment right in there. So instead of having to send that email like, here's the agenda, when you're getting the event, the agenda is attached to it, which is really nice because it all goes to that one spot. So if I make an agenda on Google Drive, okay, and let's say, and I know I have some agendas in here. So let's say library, okay, agenda. Okay, so January librarians meeting. I've attached that right in here. Okay, and I can add another attachment. Now, what you need to worry about though, and we'll talk about this a little more when we get to documents, is we got to make sure in documents, if you're sharing a document, that you've shared it in a way that whoever you're sending this event to can see the attachment correctly. Okay, so if your share settings have to be correct. And it says it right here. Make sure that the guests have permission to access the attached file. Okay?
What if you didn't want to send something from your drive? From something?
Then you would have to send like another email where you would probably upload it. I don't think there's an easy way to upload.
So
Yeah.
anytime you do an attachment, it has to come, it's coming from your Google.
Yes. If you're into the calendar, and this is where I sometimes don't like Google, is Google talks to Google very well, but Google doesn't always like to talk to other things well. So when something like that, if I wanted to add an attachment, you know, for something like that, if it wasn't a Google document, it doesn't want to let you add it.
Can you transfer over?
You can upload any documents to Google and do it that way. And we'll show you that in a few minutes. But right now, it's just from whatever's your Google Drive. And now I can make the event a different color if I wanted. You know, if I wanted my color to be orange, I can make it orange. I can tell you when I want my notifications. Do I want it to be a pop-up or do I want it to email the people? Okay? I can do a pop-up notification to the people 10 minutes before the event, 10 hours, 10 days, 10 weeks, I don't know, or whatever you want. You can customize that as you want. I can also make it if I want it to be an email. 10 minutes, you know, the same type of things. You're going to show me as, do you want to show me as, do I want to be, I always like, well, if I'm making an event, I want it to be as I'm busy. I don't know why, but I guess that's just my thinking. If I'm creating something, I'm creating an event, that means I'm usually busy. But you can show me as available if I wanted. And then the visibility is calendar default, but I can also make this a public event, okay, so that everyone can see it, or a private event that only I had details to, but usually it's calendar default. So now I could just save it like this, and then I've made my event that I have where I've, you know, added some more descriptions, but I can invite people too right now. So I know us supervisors, we like it, we're always like, send us an event email, like send us something for our calendar, because we live by our calendars, because that, you know, so sending us an email like, hey, you know, this, can you come to this on the 23rd? It gets lost in all of our emails. So we're always saying like, guys, just send us a calendar event and we'll, you know, it goes in and we know it's there. So I can add guests right here to it. And so if I wanted to, I could say, it automatically pulls up the Gmail people, okay? So I could add Tiffany to it. I could add, I don't know, I could add, you know, I don't know. Who should I add? Debbie. Okay, Debbie Herbie right there to it. You see how I just click here and I add it? Okay. And then when I add guests, I give the guest abilities, okay? I can tell my guests, can they modify the event? Are you allowing them to, you know, change the time of the event, change where it's located, change any of that? Most of the time you're gonna say no. And it defaults to no. But am I allowing guests to invite other people? Depending on the event, yes or no. When I sent it to you guys, I said no, because I only had a certain amount of people that I could have, because I only had a certain amount of computers. So I didn't want you guys being like, hey, secretary, let me forward this to everybody and get more people in. But it defaults to yes. And then I can let the guests see, if they want to see who's coming, I can let them see the list, or I don't have to let them, okay? And you have that ability too. So I'm gonna say save, and then it says, would you like to send invites to your guests? So I'm gonna say yes. So what's gonna happen is then Tiffany and Debbie now are gonna get this email that says, would you like to come to this, like what you guys got, you saw it. And it would say, you have to say yes or no or decline or all of that. And then what I would get back is I get back like an email that says coming or all of that. And then what I see now is when I looked in, okay, when I had made this, I saw, you see on the guest list there, it says 12 yeses, 0 maybes, awaiting 12 people. So 12 people didn't respond back if yes, no, or maybe, because that email that you got was going to either be yes, no, or maybe. So it showed me who I knew was coming or who I might not know. So it's like I can also do like a little bit of a RSVP and like send out stuff just that way too. And it'll show me all of that. And if I wanted to then email you guys, I could click right in here and I could email everybody with an email, okay? That says update Google Apps training. And I'm gonna email you so you can see what you get, okay? So I'm gonna say make sure to check out the description for the link to my website with more information, okay? And then if I wanted to, I could send a copy to myself of the email or not. That can go to everybody. See, there's 2 choices. It said I could do it to everybody that's responded yes, or I could send it to everybody that's awaiting responses too. So I have that ability. It automatically defaults to send it to everybody, but I could only send it to the yes people if I wanted to. I'm gonna send it to everybody. And then I'm gonna hit send, and then when you check your email, you're gonna see an email that basically says something like that. Oh, let's see if I can show you it. Okay, this is what it looks like. So it says, make sure to check out the description to my link on my website. It says, Google Apps training. This event will be in your Google Calendar. Here's the link right here that you could click on that will take you to my website where it's got the live binder filled with information for you. Okay, and we'll have all these videos that we've made. So you got that, and I sent you that email from my calendar, okay? I never left the calendar feature to do that. I mean, I just didn't right now, but let's see, where is it now? Okay, so,
I'm sorry.
yes.
Say that information that was just.
No, what do you, so what,
You wanted to put it someplace so that you didn't have to go to your calendar, and if I wanted to just refresh my mind of what you did.
yeah, that email is right there for you. That you just got it as an email too.
Okay, so just say the email at any time I wanted to just.
You can click on that email and it will take you to
the drive.
it goes,
Can we save it anywhere?
Save it anywhere.
You know,
I'm
can we
confused
save it
as to
on-
what you're asking.
What you
Maybe.
sent us.
Yes,
That thing that you just opened. with
yes,
all the-
yes.
Okay, so when.
This
you
is
open it-
automatically right now in your Google email.
Right, so when you open it, I think that's what you're saying.
It will-
When
You
save
open that
it,
other thing, that.
Okay, let me get to it in my Google email so I can show it to you better because I was looking at it in a different way. Okay, I think I know what you're saying.
Well, I wanted to save the link someplace.
Okay, so this is the email that I just sent to you guys. If I wanted to save this,
Yes.
I could make that a bookmark on my Chrome or my website. On Chrome, if you wanted to on Chrome, I would go up here on the side here. Oh, you guys can't see it. Let's see. Okay. You see this here? Okay, there's that little like button on the side that's like, it looks like a little, I don't know, like 4 or 5 stacks. If I click on there, I could go to bookmarks, and then I could like add this bookmark. Okay. And then I could say bookmark this page. And then it could be in my bookmark bar on the top, or I could put it in a folder if I wanted, or something like that. So that's how you could save it. That way. Or you could save the email and go back to it. Or, and now I'm going to blow your mind. Okay? I'm going to blow your mind now. I could go into my Google Calendar and the information is there too. Okay? If I go into this, the website address is right there too, into that event. So there's numerous ways that information is saved for you. So now I've sort of showed you how to make an event. Now, if I wanted to copy this event, okay, I can go right back up there. So I can go to more actions. Okay, so if I wanted to add this, so maybe I want to make this event and I want to put it in multiple calendars. I don't know, you know, maybe you want it in, you made the event, you want it in your personal calendar, but you might also want it in like, an example might be if Tiffany has a personal calendar and I have the work calendar, I might want it, you know, Tiffany might want to tell me, I'm going to be off this day. She'll put it in her personal calendar, but she might also copy it to my work calendar, the one we share, so that I know it's there. So all I could do is I could go there and say copy to work, and it would also copy that event to whatever other calendar I had that I wanted it to go to. I could also do that by, I think if I click on, I never know. You might be able to go to Control C and copy it too, but I don't want to try that. We're just going to do it that way. Now, if you want to create a calendar, you see where it says My Calendar here? You can click here and it says Create a New Calendar. Okay? And I'm going to do this, and I'm going to call Testing Out Google. Okay? The organization is automatically going to be Troy Hills. I'm going to say, I can put a description of the calendar I wanted, okay? Testing Out Google. I could put a location if I wanted. Okay, I can put a time zone. So I could say Eastern time zone, but I could choose if I wanted it to be in a different time zone. And this is where I share my calendar with others. So this is where you are talking about, how do I share my calendar? Okay, if I want other people to see this calendar, how would I do this? Okay, so do I want to share this with calendar, make this calendar public that everybody can see it? And yes, I have a PD calendar that is that way, that I've embedded into my website, and I've made it public that everybody can see what's on that calendar. So if I say was a secretary for a school and you wanted parents to be able to see club calendar or something like that, where you wanted them to know the calendar for the school. You remember how you used to send home that paper copy of the calendar every month, the little like, here comes home in your backpack, the little calendar, and the parents lose it in 2 minutes? You could make that calendar on Google and embed it onto a website, make it public that everybody can see. So there's no more of that paper having to go home. It could all be a digital calendar. And the same thing can be said for, you know, if you want to make it public and everybody sees it, you can do that. You don't want to make it public, you don't have to. And you could say see all event details or see only free busy if you want it. Or I can share this calendar with everybody if I wanted or not. I'm gonna not, I only want certain people to see this calendar. I don't want to share it with everybody in the Parsippany Troy Hills organization. I just want Tiffany to be able to see this calendar. So I put in the person's email address, you saw. It defaults right in here. I put Tiffany Ken. And then what can she do? Can she make changes and manage sharing? So she has the full ability to do everything in my calendar, which most of the time, if you're a secretary and you're sharing it with another, you know, your principal, your supervisor, your certain other people, you want them to have the ability to make changes to it. So most of the time, you will say, make changes and manage sharing. You can allow them to make changes to events, but not manage sharing options. You can allow them to just see all the events and details, but not be able to change everything. Or you can make them so that they can only see if you're free and busy. So you have the ability to change that. So I'm gonna allow her to manage everything. And then I can go to create a calendar. And so now, if you go back to, probably it's under, there it is. There's my calendar. So testing out Google, there's my calendar. Now I can change, now I have the ability to do different things with the calendar. I can display only this calendar. So now only this calendar is displayed. I can change the color. You know how it was like green? It defaults to green. Maybe I want it to be pink. Okay. I can hide this calendar from a list, share this calendar, edit notifications. I can do calendar settings if I wanted to, share, you know, share this calendar is there, edit notifications. If I wanted to do event notifications, so remember how I showed you those event notifications already? If I want to, I can add or delete or change the notifications or change how it's done. So I can automatically make it that every event that I make pops up to a certain time, or that you get an email notification in 10 minutes, or I cannot. It's up to you if you know, how you want that to happen with a calendar. So now I've added a calendar. Look, you can see different views. You see on the top here, there's different views. I can look at it by day if I wanted. I can look at it by week. I can look at it by month. I can look at 4 days if I wanted, just, you know, these specific 4 days. I could look at an agenda. If you wanted to create agenda views, okay? If I had certain things going on, like lots of things throughout the day, it would automatically default to an agenda view. I don't have that. And I can also do settings. So I can do, like we did with email, we can change settings in the calendars. So we can make it certain time zones, the date format, time format. I can make the duration of the event. So if I don't know, working in, say, a doctor's office, and they always do it in 15-minute blocks, or they schedule things, I can make it so that my events were always in 15-minute blocks, or 20-minute blocks, or 30-minute blocks, or hour blocks. You can change the event settings and the default event duration. You could change when your week starts. You could show working hours, okay, if you wanted. You could dim past events. You can go through. There's a lot of stuff you can do. If you wanted to show the weather at your location at all times, you can do that. So if I want to put my location as Parsippany, New Jersey, okay, I can show the weather based on my location. Okay, and I can say I want it in Fahrenheit and show events you may have declined. You could say yes, you can, you know. So now, see, you see how it shows my forecast automatically comes up? Okay, the agenda, Friday's gonna be nice. Friday, we're gonna go walking, people. So, but it also shows me a weather calendar too. You see how all of a sudden my weather calendar shows up too, because I've defaulted it so there's a weather calendar. But in my other calendars, you can do that. Okay. So now I'm in agenda view, but if I were in day view, it would be different. But you see up here, it says the forecast. Even in my day view, it's got my little forecast up here. Those are the basics. Do you guys feel like that's good? Do you want me to go into more detail? No. We're gonna let you try. I know that was too much. I know that was a lot. It's as you use it, you're gonna get used to it. I want you to make, you have another assignment. You're gonna make an event in your calendar. Okay? Yes, you can. And you're going to, I'd like you also, because this is something I know you guys will all be doing, is I'd like you to make a new calendar and share it with somebody. It can be shared with me, or it can be shared with your supervisor, or your other librarian, or somebody like that. Okay? And I'd like you to make an event. You have 3 things. So I like to do things in 3. I'd like you also to make an event where you then, remember how we sent that email? Okay, you invite somebody to it. Okay, and I don't care who you invite to it. Okay, but you have to invite somebody. So you're gonna make an event in the calendar. You're gonna share you're gonna make a new calendar and share it with somebody, and you're gonna make an event and invite somebody to the event. Okay, that's not too bad. Okay. And I'm going to give you until 11:30 to do that. I'm giving you a half